Well, today, guys, we are raking hay in the Cat tractor. Just turning the windrows over. I've been too busy here lately to make any videos, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to sit down there and look through the steering wheel. How do you like that? See if you don't fall off the dash. Get one of those camera mounts. This way I can see what I'm doing and make a video. Because we've been working 14 to 16 hour days every day trying to get this hay in, and had a good shot at it before the rain, and good shot at it. Haven't had rain for a couple of weeks, a good shot to get this hay in, and that's what we're attempting to do. So I haven't had a lot of time to make videos. You'll notice on the 11 Bang Bang channel, we haven't made any shorts either. By the way, sorry guys if you can hear the air conditioner fan whistles a little bit in this tractor, but we'll see if this works. If it doesn't work, I just won't post it. But had some comments when I'm farming. A lot of times, you see I got my headphones in, I will listen to documentaries, and not just, I've kind of gotten past the point of like History Channel documentaries, the big budget documentaries. I like to listen to a lot of things like Fire of Learning. If you guys have never checked out his channel, go check it out. Obviously not just American history, his history dates. He does things on all the holidays, like he's preparing for Michaelmas. And he doesn't believe that you should put out a pumpkin for Halloween until the day after Michaelmas, which is, I believe, October 1st. I think Michaelmas falls on the last day of September, if I remember correctly. But anyway, don't quote me on that. But he does a lot of European folklore history and history from other countries and things like that. That's what I like to listen to, not just American history. I love American history, but you can get tired of it. But I also love Irish history, the history of the holidays, Roman history, just about anything and everything you can think of. And I can't wait. One of these days I'm going to sit down and have a long conversation with Gray Pilgrim. If you guys haven't watched him, watch that Gray Pilgrim, because I know that his knowledge of what I would call folk history is pretty extensive. And he actually went to college, I believe, maybe, or did medieval history, but folk history, that's what I like. The story of the people, you know, and their holidays, how they lived, how they acted, what made them tick. And one particular comment, I believe I was watching a year-old video on Halloween from, I can't remember if it was that one or which exact video it was, but I was watching a video, scrolling through the comments the other night on Fire of Learning, and he was talking, of course, about Samhain and Halloween and this and that. The main gist was that people through history have believed in superstitious things. And today, a lot of people look down on that. And one comment on this video that I had read was a man was saying an ignorant and superstitious belief. And he was talking about medieval Europeans at the time, or Renaissance Europeans, it might have been. The quote I read was, an ignorant and superstitious belief from an ignorant and superstitious people. And it got me to thinking, because, you know, I love the stories of the people of the earth, what they think, what they feel. And yes, people did believe in evil. And somehow we've gotten away from believing in evil. But the idea that we are so much smarter than the people that came before us, I can read about it all the time, and people don't even realize they're doing it. That we seem to want to build on the idea that nobody before us ever knew anything, and we know everything, and we're so much better than people that lived 1,000 years ago because we're so much smarter and quote unquote so much more evolved. That's a whole different subject in and of its own. And it got me to thinking about the darkness and the night. And I know this is a weird topic for this channel. It's not something we generally go into. There are primal fears that we still have. Why do we fear the dark? As a Christian, I think God put that fear of the dark into us to keep us safe. It's just like I believe, all people to quote, I know some people don't like it, but C.S. Lewis said that suffering is God's megaphone. Well, the fear is like, it's like pain. God put pain in your hands. You touch something hot, you get a burn, you get away from it. You learn not to do that. Same thing with fear. God put that thing into us to keep us from going out there. And we'll never conquer it. We've never conquered it. And the idea that those people that were a little bit superstitious were so much more ignorant than us comes from the fact that we live a cushier life than they do. We're not the, in all honesty, it's not that we are smarter than them. I honestly think it might be just the fact that we haven't experienced as much of life as they have. You know why? Because they had to live with the darkness. They had to live with night coming. Maybe you have a candle, maybe you have a lantern, maybe you don't. When night comes, what do? You go in your house and you hide from it. What happens when night comes today? We go in a building and we hide from it. I don't believe that they are any more ignorant than we are today. Like I said, they just lived with it. And we don't have to think about it as much because when you get scared, you can turn the lights on. I challenge anyone who thinks that those people that are superstitious are just ignorant. I challenge any of them to leave your cell phone at home one night. Maybe take a pocket knife. Walk down a country road. I mean a real country road where there's no light from a city, no nothing, with wooded trees on both sides of you, no way to call for help, and tell me something don't crawl up the back of your skin just a little bit. The noises you've never heard before won't make you in the back of your mind think that there might just be something out there, even if it's a natural thing like a bear or a mountain lion. Something out there that just makes you suddenly believe you're not at the top of the food chain. To these people that say that the people that came before us were superstitious and ignorant, I'm going to shut your lights off for a few months and see what you believe in. I guarantee you will think that things out there exist that you never thought you could believe exist. We don't have, and like I said, I'm not saying I believe in all this. I'm just saying you don't understand where those people were coming from, especially back in, say, medieval times, because you aren't living in the situations they're living in. And yeah, sure, we can go out, but you realize that the night and all those superstitions and things that they believe that we don't, they're still out there. They're just a couple feet outside of the beam of our headlights at night. I know it's a weird way to say, but well, like I said, I'm not agreeing with everything that's said. You know, I'm not saying there's a monster in every corner. I'm just saying don't be so quick to think that people back then were stupid. You just haven't lived the same experience that they've lived. As a matter of fact, they've lived a lot more full lives than you and I will probably ever live, because they don't spend all their time on their phone or their computer like we do. And they live in touch with nature. And when you're out there, things are a little bit different. That's all I'm saying. Alright, this was kind of a ramble. I know this isn't the kind of video I usually do, but I do find it irritating when people automatically assume that just because people came before us didn't have what we have, that they weren't nearly as smart as us, or that they were ignorant. They're not ignorant, they just live life differently, let's put it that way. And some places around the world they still do. And like I said, anybody who calls those people ignorant, I challenge them to go one night without electricity in the dark of the country, in the Riverside country. You know, it's a whole new ballgame for you. So yeah, just don't discount everything that everybody says is ignorant or superstitious before you think about it pretty good. Anyway, alright, that's all I have, guys. Bye.